So today I'm going to teach you guys built-in functions, which are basically, I've taught you guys functions already. If you don't remember what functions are, you should probably go back and watch the functions video again. It's called Functions and Parameters. It's lesson number 6. And essentially what built-in functions are it's more functions that Roblox has made that you can use throughout your scripts to save time, essentially. Um, and I've shown you an example of one here. So I've made a function called find first child, and it basically you input a part and you input the name of a child that you want to find inside of the part, and it will return the part, or if it doesn't find the part, it will return nil. And so here we have car, workspace.car, which is referring to this right here. And then passenger is equal to find first child, which is calling this function, sending the first parameter through as car and sending the second parameter through as passenger. So it's saying search car for the child passenger and store whatever it finds inside of the variable passenger. And then I've done if passenger, so if it finds passenger, meaning if passenger is not equal to nil, then print passenger. And let's see if that works. So it's printed passenger, which is referring to the passenger part inside of car that we have searched. And you can see we may need to use this function a lot in different scripts and throughout coding in general. And so Roblox has made this into a built-in function into parts. So we can delete this. And instead we can go local passenger is equal to car, and then to activate built-in functions you do colon find first child, and then we pass in the name that we want to find, which is passenger. So as you can see, it finds the passenger. Built-in functions are fairly simple. I remember when I started out, I didn't really understand how they worked. I didn't really understand what they were. And honestly, you don't need to. As long as you know they exist, then you're fine. And I'm going to show you guys some common built-in functions so that you guys could just use them. You don't really need to understand them. You just know when they're used and their use cases. So yeah. Alright, so first I want to show you guys the object browser. So if you go into the view tab up here and then click object browser, and then you scroll down, it's in alphabetical order. So scroll down to the P, and you'll see part, and then you'll see a bunch of stuff. Don't worry about, I'll tell you what two of them are. So first thing you'll see is a bunch of these pink little blocks with names on them. And then you'll scroll down and see the blue things with names. And then you'll see lightning bolts and blah blah blah. Basically ignore everything from the lightning bolts down. And let me explain what these purple things are. These purple things are built-in functions. So these are all the built-in functions to each and every instance that is in Roblox. So we have, what else do we have in here? So obviously we have parts, we have pants, crazy, we have, what else is interesting? GUIs, um, explosions, data stores, debris, decals, all sorts. And we have all of these, what they call built-in functions with them. And so I'm going to explain. So if you're ever, curious, you can go and look in here. If you forgot a function name, you can look in here. But I'm going to explain some now. Alright, so these are the function names, the built-in functions that are picked out from the object browser that you'll most commonly use. Find first child I've already explained. Now I'm going to go over wait for child. So when we have a part, local car is equal to workspace.car. Let's say I want to get the passenger of the car. Now I could just do local passenger is equal to car.passenger. However, there's a problem, and that's if this script loads in. So let's say I click play, the script loads in and it runs, but then it gets to line 9, and then Roblox loads in the car, or it loads in the passenger after this little code has run. So when we run it, it'll say car.passenger, but passenger will not exist since it's not been spawned in yet. So that's an issue. That's a common use case of why people use wait for child. And so what we'd do is we'd do car colon wait for child and wait for the child passenger. And it would just wait for, it would basically like pause the script here. So if I did print yo, it would pause the script here and constantly wait until passenger is a child of car. So if I take passenger out now and I click run, you will notice that even though I put a print here saying yo, yeah, it's not doing anything, and it says infinite yield possible since there's never going to be a passenger there unless I move it, and then it plays the script past and carries on and then prints yo right there since I just moved passenger inside. So that's wait for child. It's got its uses, mostly with the use case that I just mentioned. But you don't want to be using this all the time because it causes, unnecessary delays and slows in your scripts. So now I'm going to go over get children. Basically, what get children does is when you do, um, when you call it get children, it returns a table. And so you'd think, what does this table consist of? The table consists of the objects that are inside of the part that you called get children on. So in this case, I'd do workspace.car get children, and the variable I'd store it in would be car table because it returns a table. So I'd, adjust the variable name accordingly so that it makes sense. So what it would return is literally a table, and the only thing in the table would be this passenger part. If I added more, it would be all of these passenger parts. It would return a table of all of them. And I will keep them there. So let me show you an example by printing car table. Boom. A table of passengers. And when I click on them, it takes me to the part because it is storing the part directly inside of the table. If you guys do not know what tables are, you'll have to check out the last video called Tables and Dictionaries. And the last one we have is destroy. Now finally we have workspace.car and we want to get rid of it. We want to destroy this car. Pretty self-explanatory. We can just call destroy, colon destroy, and now the car is gone. And I'm going to add a wait so we can watch it happen. Wait 3 seconds. And it will take all of its passengers with it. There you go. It destroys. And it does still print car instead of nil. And when you click on it, you won't be able to find it. And there is a reason for this. Although I don't think there's a point in telling you the reason. If you want a reason, then you can join the Discord and ask me there and I'll tell you there. But there's no point confusing you right now. Pretty short one, but that is it for built-in functions and the common ones for you to learn. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope it was helpful. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment, all that. And I'll see you guys next time.